Dear students, now let us do problems on viscosity. A metal block of area 0.10 meter square. See, this is the metal block. Its bottom surface area is given and it is connected to a mass on that gravitational force is working. And a liquid with a film thickness of 0.30 mm is placed between block and table, between the block and table surface. A liquid film is there and its thickness is 0.30 mm. Now, so its a surface area, the bottom surface area of the block is this much, and the thickness of the film is this much, and under the action of gravitational force, this is moved to right hand side and moving with velocity 0.085 meter per second. Since its mass is 0.01 kg, on that the gravitational force is this much. So here, according to the free body diagram, tension in the string is equal to gravitational force. Therefore, T is equal to mg is equal to this much we got. Now, in the problem, coefficient of viscosity is asked. The formula for coefficient of viscosity is stress by strain rate. And stress means force by area. Here, the force working is tension. Area is this capital A. This divided by strain rate. Strain rate means delta x by see here the film previous surface has undergone a linear displacement of delta x. So delta x by L, that will be the shear strain. Rate means this divided by time. So coefficient of viscosity is equal to T by A divided by delta x by delta T is V. So V by L, that is T by A into L by V. Now substituting the values, T is 9.8 into 10 to the power of minus 2 by A is 0.10, L value 0.3 into 10 to the power of minus 3, and V value 0.085. So we substituting get 3.45 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Pascal second. A plate of area 100 centimeter square, that is placed on the upper surface of a castor oil 2 mm thick. Taking one poise is equal to 10 to the power of minus 1 Pascal second. Force is asked, velocity given. Now substituting R or F is equal to Substituting the values, you will get this answer. Now let us consider problems on terminal velocity. This is the solved example. Terminal velocity for a copper ball of radius. Radius is given 2 mm. Falling through a tank of oil at 20 degrees centigrade is 6.5 centimeters per second. Velocity, terminal velocity is given. Density of copper, that is sigma. Sorry, rho, and sigma means fluid, oil. So this is the expression for terminal velocity. So making it a subject 2r square by 9 Vt rho minus sigma into g. Substituting these values, you can find the quotient. Substituting these values in this, we get the coefficient of viscosity. An air bubble of radius 1 centimeter, so r is equal to 1 centimeter, rises through a liquid of density of liquid, that is sigma 1.5 grams per cc at a constant speed. Terminal velocity is given 0.25 centimeter per second. What is the coefficient of viscosity? Neglecting the density of air. So this is air bubble. Its density is negligible, that is 0. So this is given. Fluids given. So here, so on the air bubble, see, when the air bubble is immersed in fluid, force of buoyancy works in the upward direction, and as it is moving upward, viscous force will be downward. So when net upward force becomes 0, then it moves with terminal velocity. So when Fb is equal to F eta, then resultant force becomes 0, hence it moves with constant velocity. Force of buoyancy, say rho, force of buoyancy means here so when Fb is equal to F eta, then the resultant force becomes 0, therefore it travels with constant velocity. So force of buoyancy means weight of the fluid displaced, and this is viscosity force. Weight of the fluid displaced, that is sigma V g. See here the fluid density is sigma, therefore here we have to write sigma fluid, weight of fluid displaced. Viscosity force is 6 pi eta or V. So now let us check the values first. Sigma is given. V value, volume of the air bubble, 4/3 pi r cube. R value given. From this we have to find sigma Vg by 6 pi Rv is velocity. So volume you can find, R value given, terminal velocity also given. Substituting the values, we get the answer. Here the answer is given in CGS system. That's why we have substituted the values. We can substitute the values. All these are in the CGS system, so you can directly substitute the values because the answer is given in CGS units. Raindrops falling through air acquire terminal velocity. If a raindrop of given radius is found to fall on the ground at a speed of 20 cm per second, what would be the speed of a raindrop of double radius? See, let us write first expression for terminal velocity. Vt is equal to 2r square by 9 eta rho minus sigma into g. If you see here, terminal velocity is directly proportional to r square. Therefore, v1 by v2 is equal to r1 by r2 whole square. Now let us look at the given data. When r1 is equal to r, v1 is equal to 20 centimeter per second. And when r2 is equal to double the radius, how much is the terminal velocity? So here let us substitute the values. 20 by v2 is equal to r by 2r whole square. From this we get r gets cancelled. 1 by 2 square means 1 by 4. So from this you get v2 is equal to 80 centimeter per second. For a Millikan oil drop experiment, in a Millikan oil drop experiment, a oil drop is falling through air. So on that weight is, because of weight it is coming down, and as it is coming down, viscous force will work in upward direction. And force of buoyancy always works vertically upward direction, but it is neglected here. So only two forces are remaining. So when viscous force becomes equal to weight, then it will move with terminal velocity. The expression for viscous force is 6 pi eta rv, and weight means rho vg, and here v means here it is a sphere, and its formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube into g. So in this problem, what is asked? Viscous force is asked. Directly viscous force is asked, so we need not write all these things. Substituting the values in this, sigma is given, that is density of oil. The density of oil is radius of the drop is g value So substituting the values, we get the viscous force in newtons. A hose shoots water straight up for a distance of 2.5 meter. Up to a height is given. The end opening on the hose has an area of 0.75 centimeter square. The cross-sectional area of the pipe is given. How much water will come out in 1 minute? That is called as flow rate. So flow rate is given by A into V. Cross-sectional area is given, but velocity, with what velocity it is coming out, that we don't know. For that, let us make use of kinematic equation. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. And the distance traveled is h. So from this we get or we can make use of Torricelli equation. We have derived already. So using this 2 into 10 into 2.5. Let us take G value 9.8. Now let us find flow rate. A is 0.75 into 10 power minus 4 and V value 7. But what are its units we don't know, but from this formula we can find A means cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area is meter square into velocity means meter per second. Meter cube by second. Meter cube is unit for volume and this is per time. So here you can write meter cube per second. And 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters. So now here you can write AV is equal to 5.25 into 10 power minus 4 into, see, this 10 power 3 liters. So in place of meter cube, let me write 10 power 3 liters per second. So here we get 5.25 minus 4 plus 3 means minus 1 liter per second. So we get here by 10 means 0.525 liters per second. So in 1 second 0.525 liters. 1 minute means 60 seconds. How much? 60 by 1 into 0.525. That is so this is the answer. So here the data is given and you are to characterize the flow rate, what type of flow it is, whether it is steady or turbulent or unsteady, that we have to decide. And to decide that we have to find a Reynolds number, and the formula for Reynolds number is rho v d by eta. Now let us check what data is given. Flow rate of water from a tap of diameter is given 1.25 centimeter. Flow rate is given. Flow rate means AV. Let me write here flow rate first. Flow rate is equal to AV is equal to 0.48 liter per minute. So this is given, and eta value also given 10 power minus 3 Pascal second. So making use of this data, we have to find a Reynolds number. So first let us find cross-sectional area. Its cross-section is circle, therefore A is equal to pi d square by 4. 3.14 into 1.25. This is centimeter. Centimeter means 10 power minus 2 whole square by 4. Let us substitute the values. Here A value is, say, AV is equal to 0.48 liter per minute. So here A value is 1.23 into 10 power minus 4 into V. I is equal to 0.48 into 1 liter is equal to 10 power 3 meter cube divided by 1 minute means 60 seconds. So substituting these values, we get the velocity. Let us do this in a different way. Here let us show this flow rate by Q. So here A means pi d square by 4 into V. So from this you get V is equal to 4Q by pi d square. So let us substitute this in first equation. Substitute 2 in 1. You get R is equal to rho into 4Q by pi d square into d by eta. So here d and d gets cancelled. We get 4Q rho by pi d eta. Now first part. So simplifying this, we get substituting the values in this part. Here we got this much, and here Q is there. So now we use this for A part and B part. In the A part, flow rate is this much given. 1 liter is equal to 10 power 3 meter cube. Minute means 60 seconds. If you substitute this value here, you get R value. How much? You get the R value 815.2. So this is less than 1000. See, there is, say, 1000 here 2000, the Reynolds number. If it is less than 1000, it is steady. The flow is steady. B. R is equal to 1019 into 10 power 5 multiplied by Q. So in the second one, how much is the Q value? 101 into 10 to the power of 5 into Q value given is, so here Q value is given as 3 liter per minute. 3 liter per minute. That means 3 into 1 liter means 10 power 3 meter cube divided by 1 minute means 60 seconds. In this case we are getting 5095 Reynolds number. This is greater than 2000. So this is turbulent. That's all. Let us don't do all these things. What is the largest average velocity of a blood flow in an artery of radius this much if the flow must remain laminar? What is the corresponding flow rate? So in the first part, the flow must remain laminar. For that, what is the largest average velocity allowed? The largest average velocity is called as critical velocity, and the corresponding Reynolds number is called as critical Reynolds number. And see, if R value Reynolds number is less than 1000, the flow is considered to be laminar or steady flow. If R is greater than 1500, the flow is turbulent. If it is in between 1000 and 1500, the flow switches between laminar and turbulent, vice versa. For all liquids, the Reynolds number corresponding to critical velocity is nearly equal to 2000. So we will be using this. For all liquids, the Reynolds number corresponding to critical velocity is nearly equal to 2000, and this is called critical Reynolds number. See here, largest velocity like that it is given. We in the definition for critical velocity we define the critical velocity as the maximum velocity of a fluid in a tube for which flow remains streamlined is called critical velocity. See, if we see the critical velocity, the corresponding Reynolds number will be the critical Reynolds number, and for all fluids its value is 2000. Expression for Reynolds number is R is equal to rho Vd by eta at V is equal to Vc, R is equal to Rc is equal to 2000 for all liquids. So here Rc is equal to rho Vcd by eta. Velocity is asked, therefore Vc is equal to Rc into rho by density into d. See, now Rc value is 2000, eta is given as 2.084 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Density is given as 1.06 into 10 to the power of 3, and diameter, radius is given, so 2 into radius. Radius is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So substituting these values in the expression, we get Vc is equal to 0.98 meter per second. So the A part is over. We get, substituting these values, we get this value. Next, B. In the B part, flow rate is asked. Flow rate is equal to A into V. Cross-sectional area, pi r square into V, that is Vc. 3.14 into R value is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. whole square into VC 0.98. So we get, substituting VC here, we get flow rate this much. That's all. This is another answer.